welcome back to the second lecture of optics. So let's revise what we have done in the previous one. So we basically understood what is a ray of light, what is a ray of light, what is a beam of light. We can distinguish between them, as ray of light is one path in which a light travels, okay, and beam is a collection of ray of light. Then we did rectilinear propagation of light. This states that light always travels in a straight line and it does not bend. Next thing, we did types of beam of light. So first one was parallel, in which the rays travel parallel to each other. Second one was diverging, where the ray of light diverge from one point or the source to other, okay, like here this is the source and these are diverging away. Then we did converging, just opposite of diverging, where rays of light from the source, over here source, meet at a point. Over here they are meeting at this point right here. So this one ray, this ray, this ray, this ray all meet at this point. This was converging beam of light. Then I told you that it is very important to use the arrows, because only an arrow can identify whether a beam of light is converging or diverging, or from is it coming from source or going away from the source. Okay, now see here, can you tell me, is it converging or diverging? If I draw arrows here, it would be converging. If I draw arrows here, it would be diverging. So a simple arrow can make a huge difference. Okay, so it's always important to make arrows on the ray of light. So at the end of last video, I had written a note here. It was, the object that produces light is known as the source of light. This is an important part because this would be used ahead in the whole chapter. Okay, so now let's begin with more of it. So in this lecture we would be seeing regular regular reflection, irregular reflection, basic terminologies, and the laws of reflection. Okay, so this is so it's it's easy, we can do it easily. So let me write lecture 2. Yeah, now let's begin. So the first thing, regular reflection. So you think, what is reflection? Okay, reflection is basically the bouncing back of light after striking a surface into the same medium. Are you getting it? Let me repeat it once and write it here. The bouncing back of light after striking a surface into the same medium. Okay, now let me explain you the definition. So let's take a wall over here. So think of it as a wall. Okay, now here comes a beam of light, a parallel beam of light. Okay, one beam, one ray, two ray, and the third ray. Okay, now that they have hit the wall over here, okay, now they will bounce off. So it bounces off like this one like this, and this one like this. Now you might be thinking, are the bounced rays also parallel? Yes, they are, and I would be explaining it to you further in regular reflection and in laws of reflection as well. Okay, so now they have bounced back. And why do we say the same medium? Because they are in air. This is solid. So now they were traveling in air and they bounced back off in air again. This one also in air, bounced back in air. This one also in air, bounced back in air. So this is what the definition means. Definition is very important. You should note it down. Okay, hope you noted it. If you didn't, pause the video and note it down. Okay, so the next thing, what is a plane mirror? So a plane mirror is made by silvering a surface of a regular glass. Okay, so take a glass slab for example, a thin glass slab. Okay, though I made it thick, but we need a thin glass slab. Okay, and take the silvering surface as this color right here. Okay, now a plane mirror is made by depositing this thin layer, as you can see here, this thin layer which I am drawing, this a plane mirror is made by silvering this surface. Okay, so now that we have silvered this surface, it would become reflective. Okay, now that if a ray of light hits it, it would bounce back much more than getting absorbed. Okay, so that's how plane mirrors are made and what plane mirrors are. Okay, so now let's study what is regular reflection. Regular reflection occurs on a plane mirror. That's the basic thing. And there are other differences as well, but this is the most basic part of it, that regular reflection occurs only on, occurs on plane surfaces like a plane mirror. Okay, now let's draw a diagram of it. Here's a mirror, a plane mirror. Okay, now to denote what a mirror is, okay, that we have to draw it like this: diagonal lines over the bottom or the top side of it, which reflects the shiny reflective surface. So this is the silvered part, and this one is the reflecting surface. Okay, you'll note it down. Now let's draw one ray of light only. So a ray of light is coming here, hits this line, hits at this point, and then it bounces back. So this is a regular reflection, okay, where it is occurring on a plane surface. Okay, more about this I will talk to you in laws of reflection and basic terminologies. Okay, so once we come to basic terminologies, we will be again studying about this in detail. For now, for a few seconds, you should think, you have to take it as plane surfaces. More things are there which I will tell you when we come later at basic terminologies and laws of reflection. Okay, now irregular reflection. What is irregular reflection? Reflection occurring at non-plane surfaces, means those surfaces are not flat. Reflection occurring on non-plane or rough surfaces. Okay, now one more thing, that irregular reflection is also known as diffused reflection. Okay, now next, let's draw a diagram of this as well. So take a wave at sea, you see, at the sea, oceans. So again, one ray of light coming from the sun on a sunny day on the beach. Sorry, yeah, one second. Okay, it hits here and it goes somewhere away only, man. Means like it has it doesn't think what where I'm going. It just bounces back off randomly like this. Okay, let's draw one more ray with green color. Again bounces back like here. Okay, there's no specific angle which they form, but they bounce back very unusual way, not like this. Okay, now one thing to note here is that we don't draw like this. Okay, because this is not a plane mirror, this is a rough surface which we haven't turned into a plane mirror. Okay, so now let's come to the main part, which is basic terminologies. Now this is the main part and the most important part of it. Okay, now let me copy this diagram right here. Okay, yeah, duplicate it and get this down. Yeah, now some there are major things to note here, so you have to keep a note of it in your notebook. Yeah, so the first thing, first to note is a mirror, labeling the diagram way. Now the ray which comes to the mirror, towards the mirror, is known as incident ray. Okay, what is it? Incident ray. Okay, which the ray which is going back after bouncing, which is getting reflected, which got reflected, sorry, that is the reflected ray. Okay, now we draw a perpendicular from the mirror at this point. Oh, I forgot to tell you about this point. This point is known as the point of incidence. Okay, this, and then now we draw a tangent, sorry, not a tangent, a perpendicular from this point to the mirror, somewhat like this. Now the angle made by the incident ray and the normal is known as I. I will come back to it over here down. I is equal to angle of incidence. Same goes here as well. This point, the angle made with the normal, the angle made from the normal and the reflected ray is known as R. Angle of reflection. Now it is important to note here that angle of incidence and angle of reflection are always made with the normal and not the plane mirror, because some people confuse it with the plane mirror and take it like this: the angle made with the incident ray and the plane mirror is known as I, but this is not the case. Okay, it's always the normal with which it is made. Okay, so now there is one more thing, and that is known as glance angle of incidence and glance angle of reflection. This part, which most people confuse as incident angle of incidence, is GI. I will come back to it here. GI is the short form only. No, it's not meant to be used, but it is known as glance angle of incidence. This is the angle made with from the incident, angle made of the mirror with the incident ray, that is glance angle of incidence. And same with here, GR. What is GR? Glance angle of reflection. Okay, so here were the terminologies, and one main part I forgot to tell you, that is this part, which is known as reflecting surface. The mirror is the whole part, that is the mirror, and the top part, the glass part, is the reflecting surface, and the bottom part, the diagonal one, is the silvered surface. Okay, so now that we have completed with regular reflection, irregular reflection, and basic terminologies, now it is to come to laws of reflection. Now over here we can say that this part is glance angle of incidence, and this is glance angle of reflection, if the arrows are like this. always the arrows are important. And the normal, this is the point of incidence. The point of incidence is the point where the reflected ray, the incident ray touches the um, touches or strikes the mirror. Okay, now that we have completed with the three major, now let's come to the laws of reflection. This is the most important part. Okay, now now there are only two laws and two um, two things to be noted. Okay, and that is the first one, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, or angle I is equal to angle R. Okay, the second thing, and that is the incident ray, reflected ray, normal, and the point of incidence. Sorry, not and the point, at the point of incidence. Okay, means means like the incident ray is striking the surface, from there only the reflected ray is arising, from there only the normal is also arising. So that point at that point of incidence, sorry, yeah, point of incidence, they all lie in the same plane. Okay, not the same medium, because the point of incident because they because they are not always in the same medium. Same medium में क्या होता है, it's the reflection, means reflection always happens in the same medium. So let me write it. Incident ray, normal, so the most the reflection, the law of which would be used the most would be the first one, this one, and this is just to know. Okay, even though this is also important, but this won't be asked in any questions, because this won't help in any calculations, this would. Okay, now the last before we wind up, last two notes which are remaining. Note 1, what if a ray of light is striking the mirror at 90 degree? Are you getting it? So basically what we say, normal is drawn perpendicular, right? Normal is drawn like perpendicular, this is the normal. Okay, this is drawn perpendicular, but what if the incident ray only comes like this over here, over making an angle of 90 degree with the mirror? What would happen? It the law of reflection will apply, we will apply the law of reflection over here, and that is the first one, that angle of incidence would be equal to angle of reflection. Now what is the angle of incidence over here? Angle of incidence, as I told you, wait, let me first draw the diagram. Yeah, this is the mirror. Okay, the green one is the normal, but before that we need to draw the red one, which is r incident ray, it is coming downwards. Okay, now how much angle is it making with the normal? 0 degree, obviously, right? Because so angle of reflection would also be 0 degrees, because angle of incidence is equal to the angle made between the incident ray and the normal. And how much angle they are making? 0 degrees, because even the incident ray is perpendicular and even the normal is perpendicular to the mirror. So angle of incidence would be 0, and so would be angle of reflection, because angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, we told. Okay, now the second note, which also somewhat is related with this one, the diffused reflection. I'll come back to diffuse reflection after we see this note. Okay, so the laws of reflection are also obeyed by spherical mirrors. You might have seen spherical mirrors, right? Contact lens, take a contact lens, silver it on one side, you got a spherical mirror. Or you might have visited mirror maze, or somewhat some carnival like that, where there would be different shaped mirrors, where you might appear of some different shape only, like your height would decrease. So that basically are spherical mirrors, like this. Yeah, so even these obey the laws of reflection. What is the law of reflection? That is, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So we draw a incident ray from here. Incident ray comes here, strikes at the point of incidence. Here's the reflected ray, and here's the normal. Okay, so this angle I would also be equal to r. I is equal to r, and over here in this one as well, normal, the incident ray is coming here, strikes, bounces back, so the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection here as well. Now you might be thinking, what is the connection of this with this? So there's a huge connection over here. So irregular reflection, what I was saying, that it bounces somewhat like this, wait, this one bounces somewhat like this. So this is not actually the original case. Over here also they follow the laws of reflection, right? Because just now I showed you spherical mirrors, so take this as spherical mirror as well. You can take it, right? Because see, this part is curved, so even this would follow the law of reflection. Now what I was saying, what I meant was that, wait, let me erase it. This implies only when we take a beam of light, a parallel beam. We can observe that only when we take a parallel beam of light. Okay, now it struck. These both are parallel to each other. Okay, now when they have struck, the angle of incidence would be equal to angle of reflection. That is obvious. Okay, if I draw a normal here, I'll draw a shorter long normal. Yeah, so angle of incidence would be equal to angle of reflection. I1 is equal to R1, and same goes here as well. but the key point over here is I2 is equal to R2. I2 is equal to R2. Now the key point over here is that it is not necessary that those two reflected rays would be parallel. So R1 would not be equal to R2, not necessary. And if they are equal, R1 is equal to R2, then it's a plane mirror. Like here, I'll draw it down. It's a rough diagram. No, you can draw a finer diagram than this. I'm just explaining it here. So take this one ray, this another parallel ray. These two are parallel. When these hit, then this is a plane surface, right? So I1 would be equal to R1, and over here also I2 would be equal to R2. Now these two would also be parallel, the reflected rays. So I1 would be equal to R2, which is equals to R1, which is equals to I2. Means all these four what do we say, angles would be equal to each other because they are having a regular reflection. So this was what I meant to say. Hope you understood it. And if you don't if you have any doubts regarding this, you can definitely write it in the comment section below. And if you think that I have missed something right here, you can write that as well in the comment section. I would definitely check this out, and I will address that problem in the next lecture. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye guys.